everybody, Mark, aka the Nerdy Punk, back again today for a new video. Today I'm going to be doing another one of these quarantine movie updates. I haven't done one of these in about a month, so there's quite a few things I've been watching that I'd like to update you guys on, and do a quick little mini review of everything to kind of give you my thoughts and give you an insight as to what my life in quarantine has been like. So without further ado, let's get into it. I have a list of things I've been watching on the streaming services, and then I have a small stack of Blu-rays for the physical media, Blu-rays and DVDs. So, I've been watching several things on Netflix and Amazon Prime, and during the quarantine I also purchased Disney Plus for the first time, so I've been checking out some things on that. Some kind of random stuff. I'm attempting to go through a marathon of all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. Currently I am 3 films in, I think, so it's going to take me a while to do that, but I have rewatched Iron Man, I have rewatched Captain America. It was Captain America before Iron Man. So I was doing it in chronological order of like the setting of the movie. So like Captain America set during World War II, so you start with that one. And then you go to Captain Marvel, because it's set in the 90s. And then Iron Man. And then, what was the next one? I think Iron Man 2, but I haven't started that one yet. So anyway, I've seen all those movies before. They're all pretty good. I probably won't go into too much detail with that, because I'm sure you guys are familiar with the MCU, but anyway, that's one of the things that I've been doing. With Netflix, I just finished Season 4 of Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul is one of my favorite series, right up there with Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is probably my favorite series of all time, and Better Call Saul I think is nearly just as good. Season 5 just finished airing in real life on AMC, and it won't be coming to Netflix for a while, so I don't have cable, so I probably won't be checking that season out yet. But Season 4 I thought was pretty good. Honestly, I felt that it was one of the weaker seasons so far, but it did do the most to transform the character of Jimmy into the character of Saul. I felt like Jimmy kind of died in this season, the character of Jimmy, and he just became Saul Goodman. So it should be interesting to see where they take the series from here. I know they have one more season planned after Season 5, so there'll be 6 seasons, so I'll have 2 more to check out in the coming years here. But really good show. If you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend it. The first 3 seasons are really good, and like I said, Season 4 is pretty good as well. I just didn't find it as compelling as the first 3. Alright, next I have a small list of movies that I've been streaming from Netflix. The first one is called Locke. This stars Tom Hardy, and it's a one-man show. Tom Hardy is the only character that you actually see on screen. It basically revolves around Tom Hardy's character on this trip that he's making, driving from somewhere in northern England down to London. And all of this crazy stuff goes down while he's in the car driving. And it's told a lot through phone conversations between Tom Hardy and other characters. So you hear other characters' voices, but you never see them, which I think is really, really cool. Obviously a very innovative idea, and the fact that they could pull this off is definitely a testament to the quality of filmmaking here. But yeah, you could really invest in the characters, and it's kind of cool to leave so much up to your imagination with the fact that you can't actually see the actors and actresses. So that's pretty cool as well. That was a really well done movie. Definitely loved it. And it's a movie by A24, which is one of my favorite studios. So I definitely recommend checking out Locke. The next one that I watched, also an A24 movie, is called The End of the Tour. This was a really interesting movie about an author, and I've already forgotten his name. Should have written it down. It's been a while since I've watched this one. but it was a really great movie, and an author that I had never heard of. But it stars Jesse Eisenberg and Jason Segel, and really great performances from both of those. But basically, this Rolling Stones reporter shadows this author for a week or so, I think, and they get into all kinds of interesting situations, and there's a lot of talk about philosophy and stuff like that. So it's a very heady movie as well. Like, it's something that you have to get into and delve into and invest in. I did, and I really, really loved it. I thought it was very entertaining and very interesting and unique. So I recommend that one as well. The end of the tour. Alright, let's get into the stack of stuff that I have here. So the first one I have is Zombieland. I watched this a long time ago, before making this video, obviously, but I hadn't seen it before. So this was my first watch of Zombieland, and I fell in love with this film. This is such an amazing, funny movie. I haven't seen the second one, because I don't own it, and I haven't decided to purchase it yet. But I may purchase that one in the future so I can watch it, because I really loved this one. Really, really funny. I don't know what it was about me personally, but I've never been attracted to the idea of zombies. Like, some people, like, zombies are their thing. They love movies with zombies and shows with zombies. That was never my thing. But this movie, it does it so well, and in such a funny, entertaining manner. Also, I've never related to a character as much as Jesse Eisenberg's character in this movie, especially when it came to his relationship with girls. Crazy how much I related to that. But yeah, I mean, such a funny movie, entertaining movie. Obviously, I'm sure most of you guys have seen this. This is a steelbook for the film. Yeah, there's no inner artwork, but Zombieland, if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. It's great. Next one, The Edge of 17. This is a kind of a coming-of-age comedy starring, what's her name, Haley Steinfeld. Also a Woody Harrelson movie. Woody Harrelson's obviously in Zombieland. I love Woody Harrelson. One of my favorite actors, very funny. And he is another extremely relatable character for me, because he is a history teacher in this movie, which, if you don't know, that's what I do for a living. And he's a history teacher that gives no fucks whatsoever. He's really hilarious. He makes the movie for me, but it's also kind of an entertaining and interesting movie that I kind of invested in. Like, I really... relating to a teenage girl is not exactly easy for somebody like me, but this was a really relatable film, and you could really invest in the characters, and very entertaining. This is not the type of movie that I generally gravitate towards, but I found this really funny and really entertaining, and I definitely recommend it. The next one, I've seen this one several times as well. This is Anchorman, of course. Everybody should know Anchorman. Probably Will Ferrell's best performance was Ron Burgundy. Amazing film. I really don't need to say much about it, because I'm sure you've all seen it. If you haven't, what's wrong with you? You need to go see this movie. Next one. I watched American Wedding and American Reunion out of this pack. This contains all 4 of the theatrical American Pie films. The original American Pie used to be my favorite movie ever, and that was really when I was a teenager, and I going through puberty and all that stuff, and I really loved these movies for obvious reasons, but they are really funny, and they do bring back a lot of nostalgia for me. And I watched these 2 in particular because the actor, comedian Fred Willard just passed away recently. And Fred Willard was in American Wedding. He played Michelle's father. And great performance. Fred Willard was amazing in everything that he did. He was so funny. Such a funny guy. And so I watched that one, and then I got in the mood to watch American Reunion as well. I might rewatch some of the old ones, because it's literally been years since I've seen these. I used to watch these all the time growing up. You know, it was so risque, and like, you know, I wasn't allowed to watch this kind of stuff, and, you know, the hormones were flowing. But watching them now, after I haven't seeing them for so many years, I'm really watching them with different perspectives, and it's kind of fascinating to me. But anyway, I love these movies. I think they're kind of underrated. American Pie. And then the last one that I want to talk about today is Birds of Prey, or the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, also known as This Movie Has Way Too Many Titles. I know they actually changed the title of this movie when it was out in theaters, which is crazy. I've never heard that before. But this is the original title of the movie, and then they changed it to be Harley Quinn Birds of Prey. I don't understand that. I don't know why they didn't just call it Birds of Prey. That would have been much more simple and easy. But anyway, I really loved this. And watching it a second time really reaffirmed that for me. When I saw it in theaters, I loved it. Now watching it for a second time at home, I still loved it. It's really funny, it's really out there, you know, it's just a fun movie, a really fun movie. And it took the best thing about Suicide Squad and really centered on it, and that's Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. And she was by far the best thing about Suicide Squad. And to make an entire movie really centered about her, it's called Birds of Prey, and yes, there are all of these extra characters to make up the Birds of Prey, but the whole Birds of Prey group really doesn't get assembled until the last act of the movie. Most of this movie is about Harley Quinn, and it's a really, really great time. Very funny, very entertaining, a whole lot of fun. Ewan McGregor I liked in this as well. He plays, what's the name of him? Is it Black Mask? I think. Something Mask. Anyway, yeah, Black Mask. He gives a good performance as well, and I really, really loved this. This movie made me love egg sandwiches even more. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, mouth-watering stuff. So yes, very fun movie, definitely recommend it. It's not the greatest thing ever made or anything. You know, there's a lot of superior films out there, but this is just so much fun. Okay, so that's for the most part what I've been watching for the past few weeks here in quarantine. I hope you all are maintaining your sanity throughout this situation. While I'm recording this, this is the end of May, and stuff is starting to open back up again. So I'm hoping that we can get back to some resemblance of a normal society, whatever normal means anymore. Obviously, the pandemic is definitely going to change things significantly for a long time. It's going to be really fascinating for me, especially because I love history and I love seeing patterns over time. It's going to be fascinating for me to see how much the pandemic changes how we interact with each other in society. It's going to be really interesting to see. But aside from that, that's my TED Talk. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I hope you guys are all doing well. And I will see you guys at another time. Bye.